So you think you don't have a cover letter, you don't know how to write a cover letter. Don't worry, this video is set to teach you how to write a perfect cover letter, even if you have zero experience, right? And so I'm going to teach you a step-by-step guide you can follow to have a solid cover letter that you can use to apply for jobs. Let's jump into it. Here's something you should know. Your CV gives your employers facts about you, right? They basically know everything you've done over your years in your CV, but your cover letter is meant to tell a story about you. It's meant to basically take everything you have in your CV and, tell the story about you. Why should we employ Faith Adesayo as the perfect fit for this job? And so think of your cover letter as the storyteller for you and not necessarily your CV. If you're even thinking you don't even have a CV, I made a long, detailed video on how to write a perfect CV with no experience, which I will show on the screen. I strongly recommend you watch this video first so you have a good CV and then come back to this one to see how to get a sister cover letter to back that amazing CV up. So a good cover letter typically has 3 to 4 paragraphs, right? I think this is sufficient for you to land your message. There are certain key points you should make sure is included in each of these paragraphs to hook your reader or to hook the employer. For the first paragraph, you want to ensure there are 3 main things. Number 1, a solid introduction about yourself. Number 2, mentions the role you're applying for. And number 3, a good reason why you are positioned as a strong fit for the organization. What do I mean by a solid introduction? Rather than starting with, my name is Faith Adesayo, I'm a graduate of Commonwealth University, that exactly, it seems very mundane, very boring for your reader. But starting out with, growing up with a passion for this, a passion for analysis, a passion for accounting, something that just shows that you're really invested. At the end of the day, remember I said a cover letter tells a story about yourself. Growing up with a passion for analysis, or a passion for data analysis, or a passion for accounting, whatever it is the role you're applying for, this, led you to studying economics in the university, led you to achieving your ICANN by the age of 19. Something that really shows you're passionate about the job, but it also backs it up with why you have done what you have done. After doing all of this, you can then say, all of this, has led me to where I strongly believe that business analyst role in your organization, mention the name of the organization, is best suited for me. This for me is a solid introduction. Like I said, 3 things. Number 1, it must give a strong introduction about you. Strong introduction that says something about your background. It must mention the role and the company you're applying to. And number 3, it must show why you're a strong fit for the organization. Whilst you can manage your way to, use one CV for different applications, it is impossible. And I say impossible for you to use the same cover letter for different applications. Why? Because a cover letter needs to be suited and very tailored to the organization you're applying to. So now the second paragraph in your cover letter should focus on emphasizing, accentuating your skills with good examples. Assuming you're applying for a business analyst role, right? And your day-to-day responsibility involves, research, data analysis. You want to show that something you have done before, even if you think you don't have work experience, helps you or shows that you can do this well. Right? I'm going to reference the CV video I made. Now, let's put ourselves in Sade's shoes. Now, Sade basically helps our parents with provision stuff. And in that video, I also mentioned that what she did was basically take all the sales, input in Excel, and she just created this good template that our parents could use to track sales. That at the end of the month, you can clearly see what's the sales for the month, which products were the highest performers, which products were the lowest performers, which category of products gave them the best prices, just like a simple Excel template. This can be positioned as data analysis skills, right? In the next video following this, I'm actually going the same, template we use for the CV. I'm going to write a cover letter and we are going to be looking step by step and giving you tips and tricks on how to craft your own cover letter, even if you don't have experience. So definitely watch out for that video. Today's video is more to provide an introduction, a guide on how to write it, while the next video will be more a practical session. But let's go back to the second paragraph. I was saying that here you need to emphasize your skills with examples. Let's use Sade as an example. So in her CV, she has clearly said that she has data analytical skills and is able to create Excel templates for businesses to just have a dashboard to look at their sales performance, good performance, category performance, etc. In your cover letter, you want to position it in a story format to say, during my stay at X organization developed a template that helps the organization track performance of sales over the month, over the years, give them a first-hand view of which products were performing. All of this helped me to hone my data analysis skills. After that project experience, I have gone ahead to take a course in Microsoft Excel, take a course in data analysis, take a certificate in this. All of this shows that even if you think you don't have experience, this will portray your employer that you have done something similar and you have even taken the initiative to go ahead to develop your skill. I will recap again. The second paragraph is meant to focus on the skills that they have said is required for the job. If you don't know, please pause this video, go ahead to look at the job description, the job website of the company, and see which skills they have said is important for that job, and then think to say, what have I done in my life that even is closely correlated to this skill? When you've taken that, write out what you think is the things you've done, and then in a story-like format, show how you have these skills with good examples that you should be referencing from your CV. Don't bring an example that is not in your CV. Don't bring something they cannot necessarily tie together, or your CV should be looking like black and your cover letter is looking like white. No, they need to be working hand in hand. So I would say reference an example you have in your CV and then build on it in a story-like format. So now let's move to the third paragraph. In this third paragraph, I typically encourage students or people to now use a volunteering experience, because at the end of the day, you are selling yourself as a total package. You're not selling yourself as half and half. No, you're selling yourself as a total package. So while paragraph 2 emphasizes the work experience, I typically, encourage people to use their volunteering experience, out of school skills, such something that is different to show that they are also able to, function in a non-professional setting. In this one, you probably want to use things around maybe you're volunteering in church, you're volunteering with a non-profit, or maybe your skills as a dancer, or maybe you have a dance group, something like that. But here you also want to communicate a message in it. It's not just bringing a random example. You can use this section to communicate your ability to work as a team, your ability to lead a team, your ability to be innovative, be creative around things you want to emphasize. So a good example is during my years in the university, I served as a student chaplain, where I was basically responsible for helping the chaplain of the university come up with notes and services. I had a team of 12 that I was leading. I did this, I did this. At the end of the day, I was awarded the best student leader, something like that. This clearly shows, number one, you are able to lead a team. This shows that I'm able to walk both upwards and downwards, meaning that you worked with the student chaplain work, but you also led a team of 10. And then this shows that at the end of the day, your leadership performance was so good that you earned a recognition award afterward. You might think you don't have experience, but think of it, at the end of the day, right? You need to think, what have I done? There is no way you have not done anything with your life. I promise you. You have done something with your life, but you need to sit down, reflect, and figure out which experiences suit the job you are applying for. Right? And so your third paragraph, I would encourage you to use something outside of work, outside of typical business analysis. Let it show your side outside of work. Now, the fourth paragraph, which is the last paragraph, this is very easy. Here you want to show that you've done your research about the organization, and it has to build on each other. So the first paragraph introduced yourself. The second paragraph showed a very good skill you had with examples. The third paragraph showed another non-professional, non-academic skill with examples. The fourth paragraph, I would say, has to show that you have done your research about the organization. Meaning you will say that, okay, this recent initiative, even not backs up all the skills I bring, I will be a value-adding personality in the organization. Let's imagine you are applying to Access Bank, and it was a time in which Access Bank recently bought Diamond Bank. A good example could be Access Bank, now positioned as the largest bank in Nigeria in terms of assets. These positions, all of this, I will be a very value-adding personality, bringing my diverse skills to even help Access Bank, set itself up for the future. But you need to show that you have done your research about the organization. Bring in 1 or 2 tips that shows that, okay, this is not just Google search. You just sat down, you just wrote the cover letter from the top of your head without speaking to anybody, without doing any research. And when you've done that, you need to tie it back to why you are fit for the position you're applying for, right? So paragraph 1, 2, 3 clearly said that you're very good with leading a team, you have your data analysis skills, you are very visionary at the beginning. Now you want to say that, having or possessing all of these capabilities, I strongly believe I'm a good fit for Access Bank, knowing that Access Bank has the goal to become number 1 or has the goal to become XXXX in future. All of these attributes I bring to the team will add to what the team currently has, and we can work together. You're already using the word we, showing that you're part of the organization already, whether they like it or not. We can work together to help Access Bank achieve this great eye that they want. I'm looking forward to hearing back from the hiring manager, and thank you so much for your time. Full stop. That's how you wrap up your cover letter. Don't overthink it, right? It's not so hard. I know that you might think, oh, I know all this is because I've been thinking about it. It might look like that. But if you take your time to do number 1, do the research. Number 2, reflect back and pick experiences in your life that closely tie to the job role you're applying for. Take time to write it down. Have someone review it. I feel like you would have a very good cover letter. In conclusion, right, your cover letter should not exceed 1 page. I know I've said a lot. 1 page, if I was to give you a structure for your cover letter, 1 page, 4 paragraphs, a solid introduction, 2 paragraphs in between, and a very solid one to close it out, right? Don't overthink it. At the end of the day, I'm not the person to write a cover letter. Leverage AI, leverage other people to read, to just like test your cover letter over. Does this make sense? Does this really showcase my skills? Does this tell a coherent story about myself? Have other people read it, and at the end of the day, I'm sure that if you leverage all of these guides, you would have a good one to review. In my next video, I'm going to take us through a step-by-step process of how to write a cover letter. Both of us writing a cover letter together, and then leaving the template, like I did for the CV video, leaving the template in the description box for you to watch. If you know this video helped you in some way, shape, or form, don't forget to like, share, subscribe, and you know what? I will see you in the next video.